Hello again, this is Dr. Nannis with Optimum Wellness Solution. We are working our way through the Owners Plus G manual for the human body. The Owners was oxygen, water, nutrition, a healthy functioning nervous system, exercise, rest, and sunlight. We've completed that up to this point, and now we want to talk about some of the additional components. We want to work through the plus. The P of the plus is a positive mental attitude. I've heard it before lots of different times, but the reality is the way that we look at life is so important. I've been in practice for almost 30 years, and the one consistent thing that I've seen is that the results that someone gets has more to do with their attitude than with anything else. Now, I'm not telling you that when you come into the office that it is okay to tell me what's going on. You know what, this or that might hurt, you might be dealing with this or that health problem, I get that. But there's a difference between the patient that comes in that's always complaining about stuff versus the person that says, hey, this is what's going on, but I'm also noticing this and this and this are getting better. In fact, I want to encourage you to focus on the things in your life that are changing. What are you excited about? Where is your passion? Those are the questions that I want you to be thinking about. And what steps can we take to start to make that even better? A positive mental attitude is vital for your body to be strong, healthy, and vital. The negative side of that is that we're always kind of in a negative component. Yes, there are going to be days that we feel more sad, more depressed, whatever they may be. And yes, there's going to be some cycles. But if we're focused on it, if we look at what does it take to make a good day, it really takes a decision. Your decision is what determines whether today's a good day or not. I have had many patients that said, you know what, I stepped out of bed and put my feet on the floor and I'm on this side of the daisies today. That makes it a good day. I've had other patients that no matter what's going on with them, they complain about everything. And I will tell you, my experience working hands-on with hundreds or thousands of people over the course of the last 30 years, the people that have a more positive attitude, number one, they enjoy their life better, but number two, they get better results in everything that they do. It really boils down to a choice. Now, some of the ways that we can make a more positive day is to have a morning routine. We've talked about an evening routine not too long ago, but have a time that you wake up, set some goals, take some actions. And I want to introduce something to you from a very good friend of mine. His name is Noah St. John. Noah St. John is one of my mentors, and he talks about something called affirmations. Now, you've heard the term affirmation before. An affirmation is a positive statement. Today is a great day, and I love everything, and blah, blah, blah. The challenge is, in my mind, when I say something positive that I don't believe, I have what I call a BS factor. I'm trying to keep this as PC as possible. But the reality is there's that BS factor fire in your brain too when you say something that you know is not true, where so many of the gurus out there are teaching us to say something on a regular basis. Well, what I'd like you to do is, from my friend Noah St. John, he is the creator of the affirmation process, where now what we do is we train ourselves to ask questions. Why is today such a great day? Why am I happy? Why am I healthy? Why am I successful? Why is my body getting stronger every day? Put the word why in front of all of that. If you want more information, go to noahstjohn.com. It's a great resource. I'll put a link for his information below. I really love and appreciate his information. And I'm going to encourage you to have that positive mental attitude. And we create that by reforming our brain with affirmations. This has been Dr. Nannis with Optimum Wellness Solutions. I am your wellness wizard, and I look forward to walking down the path of health and life with you. Hello, this is Dr. Nannis with Optimum Wellness Solution, and we are continuing our walk through the owner's manual of the human body. We've talked about oxygen, we've talked about water, we've talked about nutrition, we've talked about your nervous system. Today, we're going to talk about exercise. Your body is designed to move. Movement is vital to your body, and if you're not moving on a regular basis, that's a big problem. One of the challenges with motion is that the brain works on three things. The brain works on oxygen. We've talked about that one already. It works on food. It requires glucose. There are very few other things that it can do. It can also run off ketones, so glucose or ketones. And then number three, it requires activation. If we're not giving the brain the three things that it needs, nutrition, oxygen, and activation, then the brain is not going to work the way that it's supposed to. Motion is vital. One of the challenges is we've created a new major health crisis. It's called sitting. Today in 2023, one of the most dangerous things that we do is the quantity of time we spend on our derriere. Now there's a good word for 2023. Isn't that like 1920 or something? I don't know. Anyways, point of the matter becomes this. We spend way too much time sitting down. We wake up in the morning, we sit for breakfast. We drive to work, sitting down. We get to work, and the vast majority of us spend a good portion of our day sitting in front of a computer, only to be able to go drive to lunch, then sit for lunch, sit more time for our day at work, driving home to sit in front of the TV until we pass out. We spend a lot of time sitting. Sitting is the new smoking. It's the most dangerous thing that we're doing in our society on a regular basis, and if we're not doing something to counteract that, that's a big problem. Now, I've shown you already some videos that you can do to help work on your posture, some simple stretches and exercise, and if that's all you do, that's vital. But there's another major component that we need to add, which is some form of walking. So yes, we need to stretch, we need to do something else, but we need to move our body. 20 minutes a day, 3 times per week. We're not talking about a whole lot. The research is astronomical about what that will do. Now, more is better, but if that's all we do, that's a great start. Now, there are 3 types of exercise that we want to discuss. All of them are important. The first type of exercise is some form of resistance. If you don't use your muscles, you will lose them. If you've ever been in a cast or in a sling where you couldn't move a muscle for 6 weeks while a bone was healing, well, then you probably recognize how much muscle atrophy or muscle loss we get in a very, very short period of time. If we are not moving, we cause problems. If you're not creating some form of resistance, then that's going to cause a problem. If you want ways to help your body lose weight, one of the best things you can do is resistance training. Yes, there's some things with the diet we need to do, but we need to do resistance training because strong, healthy, vital muscles actually help your body metabolize the energy so that we can lose weight. But it also keeps those muscles vital. I don't care whether you like to go to the gym or whether you want to do something at home, whether you want equipment or no equipment. I actually don't care how old you are. If you are anywhere from a child up into a very significant senior, doing some form of resistance is going to be amazing for your body. The next type of exercise is some form of aerobic-based exercise. Now, I'm not a big fan of getting on a treadmill and just going for hours at a time. In fact, I'd like you to take a look. If you have a chance, once we're done with this video, Google any form of like long-term endurance exercise, like things that are marathons or endurance races, and take a really close look at the people that are doing endurance exercise. Most of them don't look that healthy. In fact, they're thin typically, but they're flabby. Now, take in Google people that do things like decathlons. They're doing burst exercising. If you want the best type of aerobic exercise, it's called burst or HIIT, H-I-I-T, high intensity interval training. These are the best forms of aerobic activity. And the cool thing about it is you don't need to do a whole lot. A minimum of 7 minutes to 12 minutes a week. I'm not saying a day. 12 minutes a week is the ideal number. We don't want to overdo it either. But 12 minutes of burst exercise. Now, how do you know that you're in burst exercise? If you've done any form of exercise, whatever it may be, that gets you to the point that you are talking where you can only say one word at a time. That's how you know that you've got into that ideal heart rate. The idea is that you get there in 1 minute. So a maximum intensity short-term exercise, then let your heart rate calm all the way back down to normal. Then do it again. Now, you can do it in succession if you want to like focus on that, or you can do 1 or 2 minutes a day, or 2 or 3 minutes 2 or 3 times per week. The idea is to hit about 12 minutes of burst exercise over the course of a 7-day cycle. That's not a whole lot to ask to put your heart in an ideal position to burn fat, to utilize glucose better, and to balance your hormones. It's amazing. Not to mention, it helps your brain function better, and it helps your body stay strong and vital. The third type of exercise is some form of stretching. You could take a yoga class. I love yoga. If you want one thing that works well with everything, it's yoga. Yoga is one of the best things that we can do, but I recognize not everybody has an hour 2 or 3 times a day. Any form of stretching, just in the stretches that we've talked about already, those are amazing. Maybe add a 5 or 10 minute yoga stretch throughout your day or throughout your week, and that can make a big difference. If we add physical exercise, physical resistance exercise, cardiovascular support, and yoga stretching, some form of stretching, it doesn't have to be yoga, it could be any form of stretching. If we add those 3 things, we're going to keep our bodies strong, healthy, and vital. This has been Dr. Ray Nannis with Optimum Wellness Solution. I am your wellness wizard, and I look forward to walking down the path of health and wellness with you.